Gem or junk? Howdy gamers, Patrick Hickey Jr. here, bringing you the next edition of Gem or Junk. This week out we're going to be playing Spider-Man and Venom, Separation Anxiety. So we're going to play with Venom, screw it. So this is the thing, man, when I was a kid, Maximum Carnage may not have been like the best beat 'em up, but it was actually really good, and it was probably one of the best LJN games like that you could have ever played. So I remember when this game came out, it was just like, when Separation Anxiety came out, everyone was kind of like, oh man, it's going to be like even better and blah 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 blah, and I just feel like this game is such a cheap knockoff of Maximum Carnage. Like, it's not nearly as fun. It's just, it's not a sexy game at all. Like, they try to do some other things here, but like, overall, I mean, it looks like pretty much exactly like Maximum Carnage, you know. And I remember when this game came out, I'll never forget, like, looking in the Toys R Us catalog and you know, the big toy book or whatever. This game was $69.99 back in the day, and like I said, it just look at, like, I wish we could kind of put them side to side. Like, Maximum Carnage looks a lot better than this. This was like kind of like just rushed to kind of like make good on the franchise. The AI in this game is absolutely ridiculous. Like, you got the enemies hanging out like at the corners and the edges of the screen. This is just like lather, rinse, repeat over and over and over again. There's like not a lot of skill. These guys just kind of like stay there, you know? So then what you want to do is you want to try and get them like, well, see, like, and they'll come to you. They're so dumb. You want to get like them up in as much of a group as possible. Okay. So, like, I don't know, man. 2 players, this game isn't fun. 1 player, this game isn't fun. It's just, again, it's like a complete fucking knockoff. All of the enemies are recycled from the last game. This bitch is gonna hit me with her hair soon. Pardon my French. Alright, I'm dead. That's okay. I'm just tapping A. Like, how is this fun? Even Venom's like, Venom's sprite. Like, look at the way he's walking. He looks like he's gotta take a dump. He's like holding it in. I just want to get to the boss battle because, I mean, that's kind of like where, like, the action spices up a little bit more, but got shot with a gun. Again, though, too, man, like, these guys, they just hang out at the end of the screen. And he's Rob Van Dam now. He's going to jump from one side of the screen to the other. It's just really poorly designed. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will tell you that, like, Maximum Carnage isn't much better, but it absolutely is. Like, that's unblockable. That right there. You saw that guy? This guy right here, he's dead. What he just did, he just, like, jumped from one end of the screen. I got him now, but, I mean, when you don't even see these guys coming, how is that? A beat 'em up is supposed to be fun. And, like, this, they totally tried to make this like a Streets of Rage clone. From like the enemies, the way the enemies look, from like the button configuration, all that stuff, and it kind of fails miserably, you know. And that's not to say that it's terrible. It's not a terrible licensed game, but it's just like there's no sense of like unpredictability. Like games that are hard aren't supposed to be hard to the point where like you don't want to play them. They're supposed to be like a payoff. They're supposed to be like kind of like a method to the madness. And this game doesn't necessarily have it. So now here comes the boss, I think. Okay. And like you're just gonna keep walking into punches. Like that's that. What a goddamn waste of time that was. So Gem or Junk, I mean, even that sprite is all pixelated. After tangling with the digger, like, yeah, this just lacks the coolness of Maximum Carnage. Like Maximum Carnage had pictures from the comic that would tell the stories. This just slaps on some text. So Gem or Junk, I'm absolutely going to say that this is junk, even though, like I've said before in previous podcasts, that I'm like a huge Spider-Man fan. But this is just something like, stay as far away from this game as possible. Gem or Junk is brought to you by Brooklyn Video Games, where you can buy, sell, and trade your favorite video games and systems. For more information, head to www.facebook.com/Brooklyn Video Games or call 347-314-3267.